Take me home, I wanna know if you're down, ready to go. Wanna fly away with you, float away, fly away.
Updates.
Yeah. Oh man, the clusterfuck of events and life and tapes and music and just everything going on all at once. It fucking does your head in, eh?
It fucking does. But it's kind of like you put yourself in that situation, so you're like, I'll tolerate it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It all just gets so much and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You don't know, but you do know.
Yeah.
And then it's just, oh man, it's so fucking crazy.
It's almost like you have to be omnipresent. You have to be like looking at it like a bunch of different ideas and what scope you want to get down, but also where your feet are going, because you can't just be looking up at the clouds all the time. No, don't look down. You just fall off a cliff.
Straight up. Focusing on like a million things at once, but having that one that's in front of you at your main focus.
Yeah.
It's a fine line to balance.
What's your biggest time taker of all your shit that you're doing? Is it like the music? Is it the shows and like setting up everything?
I try to manage it all pretty evenly. I would say biggest time taker is recording, mixing, mastering, especially because I'm doing it for a lot of artists as well at the moment. So like that takes up a lot of my time.
How long on a track for a mix and master?
Record, mix and master. I can do like a record, mix and master in like 3 hours. But yeah, and that's for one song.
Yeah.
So then, you know, with work and relationships and, you know, all that sort of stuff, fitting all that in, other artists' music, my own music, organising shows, getting, you know, stuff out on DistroKid and like uploading things, all of that all just becomes like a huge commitment really at the end of the day, like far out.
How do you go about structuring that then? Do you have like a daily plan or?
I don't, man. I'm pretty bad with it. I kind of just go with the flow as it comes in, get things done. Like I'm behind on a lot of stuff at the moment that I need to get out, but usually what I'll do is like do like a rough demo mix, like 75% mix. And then when that person's ready to drop it, or even they've got the visuals down, then I'll do it last minute, quickly finish it all off, polish it, master it, send it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's just for me, it's easier to manage.
It feels that way, like it works the best when you're under pressure.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they're ready to drop it and they've got a dateline, you're like, fuck, let's go.
Go now.
Yeah. And I've got to get it perfect.
Straight up.
Or as perfect as I can get it. I don't think you can get perfect on a song. That's a ridiculous idea.
Yeah.
You know,
nothing's perfect.
No, but the strive to get like perfect is always
that's what you want to go for.
Fuck yeah.
For sure.
So you like, who are you putting out music with now? So you got the TUF LUK crew?
Yep, TUF LUK crew. We got like, so the whole TUF LUK Collective. We've got Mike Midas, Shoogz, Lone Lunacy, Residue, Misfit, Dersh, Xavier Vincent, Census, Catalyst, Mossy the producer, Real Raps Media, and then a couple that I might have missed, but like it's a big collective. We're like a family, so we're all really good friends. Type 1, missed him, can't forget about him.
So many, dude.
The man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Shout out Type 1, legend.
Shout out Jai, brother. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Like between the whole group of us, there's a lot of music going on. I've been making music with Smirk and Reaper.
Legends.
Yeah, Reaper the illest.
Reaper the illest.
Yeah.
Smoke City.
My Italian brothers.
Yes.
But yeah, we got some tracks in the works with them, like some pretty cool stuff, like with me and them boys. There's Winning Teams dropping in a couple of weeks, which is me, Smirk and Reaper, and we perform that on stage, and that was a room changer, room shaker. Like,
oh, nice.
That was like, the whole fucking crowd was just absolutely loving that track. So we're
That's
like,
awesome.
This song's gonna be
That's
dope.
fire. That's fire.
With Widespread Wisdom, you know, I got some big features on that. I got a track with Gravy Baby coming out on that, and that, like, man, he's one of my like biggest inspirations in a way. Like I grew up listening to like Gravy Baby, Mr. Grievous, those sort of guys, like just that old school Aussie rap.
Thrash rap.
Yeah,
going
man.
hard
like
in the paint.
13, 14, just like smoking billies in the park, bumping that shit.
Yeah,
like,
fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
So where do you draw your inspiration from? Because your sound is like very forward, you know? It's very in your face. Let's go.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I don't know. Like I'll have listened to a lot of American and UK stuff. Like my playlists and that I listen to, my inspiration is diverse as like I've got like the likes of like J. Cole, Biggie Smalls, like they're completely different artists, but like I love both of them. UK, like Skepta, Ocean Wisdom, man, is one of my biggest.
I love it.
Oh, Ocean Wisdom is just crazy.
He's hectic. 4 a.m. Oh my God, bro.
Everything he's done is just
hectic.
He's one of my favorite artists, hands down.
He's got to be one of like the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ocean Wisdom, Widespread Wisdom. I don't know. It was subliminal.
Yeah.
But then after I made the name, I was like, fuck, am I biting Ocean Wisdom here? Like, nah, not really. But like, I draw a lot of inspiration from that sort of side of UK rap. And 4 Hours, like, grew up listening to a lot of that sort of stuff. And yeah, like, I spat my first freestyle when I was like 12 years old, man, in one of my mates' rooms. Like my mate's older brother, he like brought us in and he was a big 4 Hours fan.
Yeah, right.
And we used to just sit in there like listening to that sort of stuff. And then he was like teaching us how to freestyle and like do rap and that. And I was like, man, this stuff is like fucking awesome, you know?
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah. And Oz, like Mr. Grievous, Gravy Baby, Wombat, fucking love Wombat, man.
Shout out Wombat.
Yeah.
Changed the fucking game, dude.
Oh, man. He's just
shit.
Incredibly talented with his like flows and like the lyricism.
Yeah. His lyricism was off its head, but one thing that goes untalked about him is the way that he can perpetrate his emotions through his raps live.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that dude live, you need to check your reality. Because
you at the show?
No, I didn't get to go to that one.
Oh man,
I missed that one.
Fucking crazy. I've never seen an artist on stage. He was literally going into the mic after a song and going, and like, no bullshit, man, just fucking
just
and like
screaming,
doing that, and everyone was like, and then he was doing it, giving it out to everyone else to go back, and like it was just the fucking energy in that room was unbelievable, man. He had people bringing out jugs of water, like pouring them on him because he was that fucking gassed. It was just unbelievable, eh?
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Crazy. Type 1 and Misfit actually got on stage that night as well.
I saw that.
Yeah, TUF LUK was up in that.
Yeah.
They jumped up. They did a grime cypher. And that was heat. Like, oh, man.
I saw the video of Jar going fucking mental.
Crazy,
and then Wombat spun him up.
Yeah. Like, Bass did. Yeah.
Bass Cadet.
Bass Cadet was on the deck.
He was like, let's go again.
Yeah.
Spit that again.
Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, that was some loose shit.
That's wild, dude.
That was pretty sick night, eh?
Yeah. And that happened in Perth.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That room was packed.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. A lot of people came down. And we went to the Shadow show the night before that as well. Shout out Shadow.
Yeah. He's on tour at the moment.
Yeah. That was a fucking wicked show as well. Like 2 different vibes, but 2 amazing outcomes, you know, like the shows and like sitting back as like an upcoming artist and just sort of watching their performances on stage, seeing how they're doing it, tips and tricks, sort of watching, you know, you go there, get a bit drunk and that, but you're also kind of watching and learning in a sense, like taking inspiration and, you know, seeing how they move, what's their cadence on stage, how are they interacting with the crowd, things like that. And, you know, I'm going to try and incorporate some of that sort of stuff into my performances that are coming up.
Wombat seems like his crowd control is becoming like off the charts.
Yeah. I think it's something that must, obviously, you know, you get better with it in time. Like the more you do it, the more you're going to get better at it. Eh? Like you can record and, you know, mix, master, record, make tracks in the studio as much as you want. But getting on stage and executing that on stage is a completely different art form, I find.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
Is it the catalyst of having that many people watching you do it?
Yeah, I think it's having people watching you doing it and getting that song the way you want it to be felt to a crowd. Like, you know, you can make a song and you can have it feeling a certain way in your earphones, but to have that, you know, come out in a performance where you're there on stage rapping it to people in front of you and just to try and like move in the way you want them to move and get them going, grooving, feeling it, how you're wanting it to be felt is like a whole different thing.
Yeah, because when you're listening to a song as an audience member and you're not live, it's kind of reliant on the music to get it going. But when you've got your body there...
Yeah, that's it. It's your body and like the way you're speaking into that microphone. Like, and it has to all be right. But
because like people need other people and we kind of mimic... This is what we were saying before. Like You know, like you said, you were nervous, and
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I feel nervous because you're nervous.
Exactly right. Yeah, if you go up on stage nervous and you're
Yeah.
freaking out and you're
Everyone's-
muttering lyrics, people that are all standing there are going to be sitting there going, man, this guy's, you know, they can see that
Yeah.
body language and
Yeah.
everything. They can tell that you are nervous.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens.
Ruins
eh?
the performance, but yeah.
Well, that's why that's like what like people take beta blockers. Do you know what they are?
Nah.
They're anti fucking nerve drugs,
Yeah.
and they just block out like if you feel like jittery or nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I just got Xanax for that, but you know, I mean, beta blockers, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Usually I perform with like a, you know, Valclon or a Xan or something like that just to take the edge off.
For real?
Yeah, man. Like it just helps. Like I've never been one to like forget lyrics and things like that. So
Yeah, right.
I got them all locked up in there and I can just take some of that and a few drinks and just get out there and fucking kill it. But the last show I didn't take any. Because I was like, fuck that. I want to try and prove to myself that I don't need that shit on stage.
Good.
And it worked, man. Like people were kind of like, man, it's your best performance you've done. Like,
Oh, there you go. There's your sign.
I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be fucking getting fucked up on that shit.
Well, that's the thing is like those things are they get you hooked into like a cycle.
Yeah.
To feel that you need them to do certain things.
Yeah, yeah. It's
the
a
same.
very addictive drug.
Oh yeah.
Benzos.
Bro. Like lean.
Yeah, man. That's a bad one too.
I've seen so many people get fucked on that.
Yeah.
Like just go off the rails because like you can't drink lean forever, so you just get back like on the benzo pill form, and then like sky's the limit on that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's bad shit. Me and my friend, like group of friends that I grew up with, we struggled pretty hard, like in high school and just out of high school with that sort of stuff, like
Yeah.
prescription medication and that. Something that was pretty prevalent. I actually lost my best mate to it. Like,
For real?
yeah, man, he passed away off an overdose back in 2019. So
damn dude.
that fucked me up, you know. But yeah, I got some songs like dedicated to him that aren't out yet, but when the time's right,
Yeah.
get them in.
So what was his? Was that pills? Yeah.
Like 10 different prescription pills. Like we were bad, man. Like I've had nights like held over a toilet, fucking wake up in the morning like on the tiles, like yak and shit. Like what the fuck's going on? Like what am I doing?
Yeah, I've seen like personally in my last studio that I had, one dude came into the studio and he didn't tell anyone he was on pills. He just took something, and then like within like half an hour, we're all doing like a mixing mastering session,
Yeah.
and he went to the toilet, and then we heard a bang,
Shit.
and somebody else was outside of the room, like in that vicinity. I think he was talking to him. He's walked into the bathroom. The other person has walked up to the doorway so they could see clearly.
Yeah.
And he's just tanked it.
Fuck.
Lost consciousness standing up, fell forward and hit his head on the toilet before he hit the ground.
That's fucked, yeah.
So it
The
snapped
shit
his
that
head
that
back.
stuff, like it's so dangerous, man. Like I had a mate of mine fucking fall into a pool on that shit, and like the dad had to like drag him out of the pool and like fucking like get him out and shit.
Was there water in the pool?
Yeah, like fully just hit his head on the bricks and like fell into the pool and like on the Xans. Like they are gnarly drugs, eh? But
Yeah, big time.
you got to try and I do not advocate that stuff, eh? Like that's something that's like, yeah, you know, you can take it to cope. If you've fallen into that trap, it's a hard trap to get out of, and it's not something that you want to push, really, you know.
Well, benzos and alcohol are two of the drugs that if you have a severe addiction to them, if you get off them immediately, you will die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah, there's something that happens with your not neurochemistry. It's just like your neurons, like they detach. The synapses don't go as
Yeah,
hard.
you're so used to it that it just fucks you up if you don't take it.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird.
Some dark shit, man. Like and it happens to a lot of people. Especially the youth at the moment. Like they're all hooked on them pretty heavy as well.
Why do you think that is? Like, where does that come from?
I mean, a lot of people will say the music. I feel like music doesn't help. Like, to be honest, man, like when I was like 14, I was doing that shit straight away off like listening to like Eminem Relapse, those sort of albums, like hearing about him taking all that sort of shit. And you're like, fuck, man, like I love this guy. Like, I'm going to take that shit too. Like, look in your mum's medicine cabinet and fucking see what you can find. And, you know, oh, that's codeine. Oh, that's Valium. Fuck yeah, let's go. So I feel like, I mean, music, man, like, probably has a lot to do with it, eh? I don't know. That's a big call. Like a lot of people will disagree with that or agree with that. But like for me personally and like my friend groups and stuff, I think music has a lot to do with it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I've had a couple of different thoughts on it. One has been the music scene. And then I also had the thought that they came into our society as pain medications.
Yeah.
Right? And the side effect that they have as well as pain is like a perturbing of your consciousness to make you feel good.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Like we gravitate, weirdly enough, as humans, we gravitate towards things that make us feel different to how we feel.
Yeah.
And there's a direct connection between how much suffering and unknown people go through to how much shit gets used. I think over the last few years, it's been with like media and all that shit going, like having things go viral consistently are the things that are so eye-catching, right? They're kind of like so out of what you would normally see that it kind of pushes you to feeling like you're inferior, right? So that creates suffering and you want something to get out of that.
It's a relief.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It's a relief from that suffering, but that suffering comes from the things that are pushing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
The world as well. The whole world is kind of to blame.
It's not just because like pain medication comes from like people just being in like, say you hurt yourself at work or something, then you're on some pain medication,
some Forts or some Oxys or something like that,
and then you get fucking hooked.
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh shit, well I can't get as much pain prescriptions in Australia, so and like they're well expensive to get. Unless you've got fucking Telegram.
Yeah.
There's that many fucking people selling that shit.
Oh, man, it's all over.
But the next thing, if you're looking for an increased hit, is heroin.
Yeah.
Like...
One of my best mates is on that shit at the moment, man. It's fucking real sad to see, like...
What effects has it had on him?
It's fucked up. Like, he was part of that same friend group that we all got caught up in all the fucking pills and all the fucking that whole life of it all. And a lot of us got out of it when my mate OD'd. We tried to steer away from it, and he sort of stayed in it. And he's like fucked up now. Like, nearly died. Like I think like 4 times or some shit. Like fucking he's on like bupe and stuff now to try and get off
bupe?
it. It's like a
methadone.
Like a methadone thing they give you to get off that.
Right.
And now I think he's like on the crack and like smoking meth and shit and just like I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from it but I need to see him. But then it's like, fuck, like this shit's bad. Mm-hmm. I'm scared to see him. I'm scared to see like what he is now after all that.
Yeah.
And it's like
because it does change you.
Thing. Yeah, like you feel like it's I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be a different person. So it's kind of like I don't want to see that. But then I want to be there for you.
Yeah.
But
and if you've been through that too, you kind of have like that notion of like, I kind of don't want to go back into that hole.
Yeah, go hang out with you and then end up like on the shit again myself. And it's like, fuck, like here we go again, But, yeah.
That's a good move on your part.
Yeah, I think so.
You kind of have to look out for yourself, but also you seem like a really nice person and you want to look out for your mate as well. It's a very tricky situation.
It's what life's like, just balancing the fine line between right and wrong, good and bad, and I don't know. It's hard to kind of find that like medium point in where you're satisfied with what you're doing, in a sense. I don't know. Find that with music too. Like some of my music's quite aggressive, and I release like a lot of anger and built up feelings in that, and then I'm like, fuck, like should I be putting that out into the world? But then it's like it's a venting thing for me.
Yeah,
I feel like that with a lot of music too. People vent their darkest thoughts onto it, and then they put it out, and then it's like you're putting that out, But yeah, I've got some pretty positive stuff coming out on my next tape. Yeah, Reflections. Mm-hmm. Reflection that I showed you. Like I got a song that's like all about men's mental health, and I'm going to be singing on the end of it. And like, yeah, really just
going hard in the paint
opening
over
up
here,
on
Shoogz.
that vulnerability, man.
Yeah.
Singing, yeah, letting it all out, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
Straight up.
It kind of seems like the next fucking step is to, if you've got that talent of singing, you're a rapper,
Yeah.
incorporate it.
Yeah. So I'll be rapping on like the first like 2 minutes of the song. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to try and come in with like a minute of singing.
Heck, dude.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it live?
Maybe. I don't know. It could be a live one. Yeah.
Maybe. How good are you at holding a note?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
I was actually in a... This is a weird one to admit. But I was in a choir, man, when I was like a kid, eh?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. Like a full church choir. Like they recruited me in, like, and like I'm not a religious person, man. I hate that shit. So like I used to just stand there and not even sing it. Like, because they were paying.
You don't get my voice.
It was paid. Like they were like paying kids like that had good like singing at school and stuff, like recruiting them in auditions and then like
Jesus.
paying them at St. George's Cathedral, like
Hectic.
the full main friggin' church. But like I hate church, so like
Yeah, fuck this.
I was
Fuck
just
these
going for the
pedophile
money,
fucks.
man. Yeah, just getting paid, and I would just sit there. They kicked me out in the end. They worked it out because like the guys next to me realized I wasn't even singing. Like I was just sat there silent. Like fuck this, man.
Yeah.
Some weird ass shit, bro. Like in robes and shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking.
You have to call him father. Like,
Yeah, yeah. They're fucked up people, man. Like they, as soon as a guy would like have their voice start breaking, and they get to the age of that, they would like kick him out and like. Excuse me, they only wanted the young ones or some shit. I don't know. Fuck that.
There's a have you ever heard of a castrato before?
No.
A castrato is some like, so to preserve that high pitched voice of a child, they would castrate young boys.
Ugh.
And then they would grow up into men and still have this girl-like voice because they never their vocal cords never went through puberty.
Shit.
So then their voice never drops.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
It's wild.
But you can sing high pitch if you do it right. Like you know the difference, like of a chest voice and a head voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if you can like, but if you've like gone through puberty, you can't get that same head voice as you were when you were a kid.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's a certain sound. Women have got the dope high pitch. That's where you get the girls in, man. Get them on that beautiful fucking singing shit.
You know the intro to the podcast? The Take Me Home, I Wanna Know? That is Molly. Have you heard of Molly before?
Pretty sure Jai's told me about her. Is that the girl that's done a few tracks with Jai?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's told me about her.
Dude, you want to do a track with her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She got some crazy vocals.
Yes. You don't need auto-tune.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Like, it's so clean. She does not go wrong. So she, like, I don't know, she plays piano and plays guitar, but her whole family's musical. We had,
sick.
so my mum turned 60 on my mum's 60th. I hired her and her brother
Oh, nice.
to come and play for the whole night, like on a piano and a guitar.
Oh, beautiful.
3 of them rocked up.
Oh, yeah?
So 2 brothers and her, and they all played, but the brothers took turns on the guitar, and their vocals are just like holy shit. But she was in it through the whole thing, just singing along, and
Killing it.
they are so in sync and on tune. You can't fault them, and they played so many different songs.
Fuck yeah.
It's wild.
That's
man.
dope, man.
When your family's musical, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Is your family?
Yeah, that's a good little topic. So my dad is a musician.
Yeah?
He was in like a rock band when he was growing up and that with my uncle. And they were like Midnight Curfew, fucking heavy punk, like rock sort of shit. My dad had a mullet like down to here.
That's killer.
Loose cunt. Like they grew up in Mirrabooka, sort of just like rough punk sort of shit. And then my sister's a singer-songwriter as well, but she doesn't do it anymore. But yeah, so like my family's musical. My mum was like a drummer. Fucking yeah, bro. So like it runs in my blood and like in my family and that. So and then now I'm just like a rapper. Yeah, but yeah, they love
You're taking the bull by the horns.
Yeah, it's a whole different side of the spectrum, but you know it works.
Do you find it's easier to be a rapper and put on shows than like just an overall singing kind of?
I could imagine it's easier, man. Yeah,
Yeah, because you hit like a wider spread audience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like to get on stage and like sing, you got to like prep your voice and have lemon water and do all that sort of stuff. Whereas a rapper can sort of just get up and spit.
Yeah. Well, there's like technology now
Sorry, man.
that can obviously put. I gotta fucking plug the laptop in.
Easy.
There's technology now that you can get like Antares text auto tune. That's a live fucking box for auto
Live auto tune, yeah. A lot of the American artists are probably using that, Like,
yeah, so it makes it a lot easier for artists that have to sing to just spit whatever they want and it comes out sounding like they need to.
Yeah. That's all right.
Imagine if that died.
Yeah. Oh. We had a few
What
technical
else can
difficulties
go
before.
wrong?
This is the second take.
Yeah, this is the second take. But to be honest, that first take wasn't that long. And this hasn't turned off.
We're rolling.
We're rolling, bro.
We on.
This is the first time I'm using that camera.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's a nice camera.
Other than the music video.
Yeah.
And that thing, it's just makes me happy.
Fuck yeah, man.
Because I was recording on the fucking iPhone. Don't
Yeah.
do like if you don't have any other fucking means of recording something, for sure go ahead and do it. But if you know like how to work a camera,
Yeah. Get it going.
yeah, come on. Don't starve the people of quality.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard they've been doing some Netflix series with iPhone cameras, but
Yes, they
straight
have.
up, like that stuff's good.
Well, the difference between the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14, the newest one that's just come out, is the sensor that's inside the camera is no longer 12 megapixels?
Megapixels, yeah.
It's 48.
Jesus Christ. Soon you won't even need cameras, eh?
Well,
you will, but like far out. It's getting good, eh?
There's a camera on the Samsung. It's either the Samsung or the Oppo. And it has a 132 megapixel camera
Jesus.
on a fucking phone.
Yeah, my Samsung films in 8K.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Fuck. What have you got?
Fucking, I don't know, man.
22 Ultra.
Something like that, eh? It's one of them
XS
Telstra
Max.
plan fucking ones. But, bro, it films 8K. So I've done a couple music videos of mine that were filmed on that phone with like a phone gimbal. And like it works a treat, you know? I mean, it's not as good as like a proper camera, but, you know, it's got like 8K. So, I mean,
just,
fuck.
like, where do you see it going? That's a wild question, eh?
Yeah.
Where do you see that shit going? Soon you're not going to be able to discern between like a camera, like footage and real life.
Yeah.
Like right
As good
now.
as your eyes.
Yeah, as good as your fucking
better,
eyes.
isn't it better? What are our eyes? Like
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
So is that 20K? Yeah. Or 2020K?
No, I don't know.
Fuck no.
What is 2020
Yeah,
vision?
what the fuck is 2020 vision?
I don't think
Well,
it's measured in pixels.
They got them crazy TVs and that now, don't they? They're like better than our eyes and that.
Yeah. Well, 8K is going to be a lot better than our eyes, which is wild.
Which is what my fucking phone's doing now.
Does that have the screen for it? Can you view in 8K?
I don't think so, I think it's like you can't view it in 8K, but you can film in 8K, which is just, it seems a bit stupid, but...
Yeah, well, isn't it like just 8K is basically taking two 4K TVs and just putting them next to each other, right?
I don't know. It's too technical, brother. I'm not too sure.
Well, you think about it, 8K, two 4s.
Yeah, isn't it 8,000 pixels?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild, dude. Where do you think sound's going? Because we've got like MP3, we've got WAV files.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah, something even better.
Yeah. Like, god damn. Because before we had like records and they were like fucking...
Not as good at all those.
I kind of like some fucking vinyl scratched.
Yeah.
On like...
Vinyl's nice, and I got a vinyl player.
Yeah.
Shout out my girlfriend. She got me a vinyl for Christmas or my birthday last year. I can't remember which one. And like,
Hectic.
got me the Biggie Smalls album and shit on vinyl, and like fucking man, it's like
That's a fucking good present.
yeah, perfect present.
Perfect present.
Straight up.
I've bought a Biggie Smalls Buddha statue to go right here.
Oh, nice.
I'm just going to fill this up with statues of shit that I love.
Fuck yeah.
So far, it's Hercules and Mozart.
Mozart.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bringing the art to the artistry.
Yes, I love composition, bro,
Fucking no.
and like craftsmen. Like people that like take the time to like really put in effort and make something of work that has a bit of your feeling in it.
Jai. Type 1, man. He's someone that I would say is like really on point with that sort of stuff.
I get a statue of Type 1 on here.
Yeah. Like with him, like for me, what inspired me with him when I met him and like seeing how he does it, like he puts a lot of time and effort into perfecting those writtens and then the recording process.
Yeah.
He really perfects that, you know, like sometimes I'm guilty of just like writing something really quick, jumping up, spitting it, rough it up, mix it up, put it out sort of thing. And you're like, oh, well, you rushed that. And then you're listening back to it once it's out and you're like, fuck, I could have done that a lot better, this sort of thing. Whereas I feel like with guys like Jai, Type 1, like you're never going to get that with him. It's perfect and it's good. Well, there's no such thing as perfect, but like it's really refined to like a good quality.
He does that a lot with, I think that comes with, you know, having your own studio, but also having the want to be a rapper more than like a mixer master.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't rapped.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you rap?
I when I first started recording with other people, I was like, if I can't record myself, I can't record someone else.
Yeah.
So I wrote a couple of songs that were raps, but I liked writing more than I liked rapping because I didn't know my sound and I just didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. I'm a singer.
Yeah.
But I can't rap.
Fair enough.
And it all sounded American.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, why am I putting on an accent? But it just.
How do you feel about that, man? I've that whole thing. I've gotten myself in some trouble with that like debate because like I've been like drunk and stuff going off at people about it and that. But like,
are you against it?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like essentially, definitely, I am against it.
Why?
It's fake. Like you're putting on a fake accent. There's no two ways about it in that sense. Like it's not real. It's a fake accent. So it's like, you know, you're trying to be American when you're not, or you're putting it on when you should just be, you know, authentic to yourself and you're true, like how you're talking.
Yeah.
That's what rap is, you know. It's like kind of like almost spoken word. You shouldn't be changing the way you talk in your music. You know what I mean?
Well, would you say that like most rap that's out there that has like feeling to it comes from a place of, you know, realness?
Yeah. I mean,
you know, like
it needs to be real. I think that's what hip hop is.
Yeah.
It needs to be real and authentic to you and who you are. Like if I jumped on a track and I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Here we go. Let's go. Jumping in the stew. Like I'd feel like a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Personally, I would feel like a clown. There's artists that do it, and it's a pretty big Perth thing. There's a lot of Perth people that do it. I don't know. I don't think it happens in other cities as much as it does in Perth. I don't know where it stemmed from, but I mean, like people say like they grow up listening to US, but there's a lot of people that grow up listening to US that don't. And like, I don't know. It's a weird one, eh? It's a fucking whole debate. It's like, do you like to go to Coles or Woolworths? I don't know, you know?
Well, I think it's like art can be anything, right?
Yeah.
And it could just be like the mainstream media spilling out into the hip hop. So a lot of people don't, well, I wouldn't say that like 100% of the people go, okay, hip hop is all real shit.
Yeah.
You know, because then you'd be like, why was there so much hype over like 6ix9ine?
Yeah,
He's the fakest cunt in the world.
100%.
Shout out 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
He's real fake.
I think people too as well, they look at like what's going on right now, what's big.
Yeah.
Oh, they're popping off in America, man. Like they're doing the best numbers in the whole world. I want to be like that. I want to sound like that. So I'm going to sound like that. Whereas, you know, Aussie rap or stuff that's coming out of Australia that sounds the way it does from Australians isn't getting that hype and those numbers. So they're like, fuck, I want to make it over there. I want to go there. I'm going to be like that so I can try and go there.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like that's the wrong mindset. You know, you should be putting on for your culture, for your city, where you're from, whether you're, you know, Aboriginal, African, you know, there's rappers that are speaking in them tones. Look at Kobe D, look at JK47, ECB. Like those boys are popping off and they're authentic to themselves and they're spitting in their, you know, their own tongue and their own native voice. And like people are fucking loving it, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas if they were to jump up doing that American accent sort of stuff, I feel like it wouldn't be received as well.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but I think with how much culture is influenced by America,
Yeah.
it's going to happen. You're going to have those people that like just see it as like, because look, take Pop Smoke for example.
Yeah.
He didn't
Love
have
that fucking artist.
Yeah, I know, right? But he didn't have a low voice. He put that on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you listen to
Like
his
changing
earlier
tone
stuff.
is a bit different though, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, but that's in a way that's not his real self. Like, if he was just to go off his real self, like talking about like all this street shit, you know, then like he would just be on that same trajectory. He wouldn't have gone low. He wouldn't have gotten shot, and because he was famous, because he had a cash fucking stack.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's an interesting thing, man. I don't know. Like I got a song. I got some songs with people that do it, you know, and like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a weird thing. I don't care though. Art is art. Music is music.
yeah,
Go for gold. Do what you want. But I mean, I don't think anyone in Australia has made it by faking an American accent.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
And that's how I put it.
yeah. 100%.
It's an advice. If you want to do that, go for gold. I can't see you making it in this country.
I can see it how it can
Pretending.
go viral though, right? Like, cause like if you were on TikTok and you scroll past, like say somebody in Perth who's got put on an American accent, you'll watch it and you won't think that he's Australian.
Yeah, but when you find out, you'll be like, man, that's weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I think coming from an artist perspective, because I'm not a rapper,
Yeah.
I could see like even actually when I first did those first couple songs, I was like, I sound American. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Like, I got a mate that does it, and I made songs with him, and like, we've been like, man, like you just got to not do that if you're gonna jump on the track, you know. And then like he's doing it in his own like voice and accent, and it's just so much better. And then I don't know, it's just better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a whole thing, you know. There's a whole debate behind it, but at the end of the day, do what you want to do, and like good luck to you if you're doing that. It's all respect, it's all music, it's all love.
Yeah.
But I think the best advice would just to be yourself.
Yeah.
And like putting on an accent where it's UK, US, wherever the fuck. That's not yourself if that's not how you sound when you speak.
It'll get reciprocated more by people because, like we were saying before, when you're doing a live show, people can tell that you're nervous.
Yeah.
Well, when you put out music and it's not real, people can tell it's not real.
Yeah, and that's a big thing with hip hop as well. Like
Yeah.
if you're not real, people don't want to hear that. You know, people want to hear what's real to you.
Yeah.
Like if you're spitting in an American accent and you jump on a podcast like this and you're talking in like a completely different accent, and then like, hang on, that's not the guy that I'm listening to.
Yeah.
On a wider scale, I feel like that's just a bit random. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
It is, but I think at the same time, you know, like it's worth a discussion, you know, because if it's American culture is influencing people to rap in an American tone.
Yeah.
Well, it's also getting them to think in an American tone too, and that brings
says
up
a lot, man.
That brings up the drug culture again, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Want to be American hardcore, right?
yeah,
It's like
be
why?
a Juice World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be yourself. Be Australian.
Exactly.
We're trying to change the music, you know, the global music scene in Australia and bring hype to us. Why would we then try and give more clout to the American scene?
yeah,
If that makes sense. Trying to copy that sound to be that when, you know, we're trying to put on for our city and our country,
yeah.
you know?
There's a lot to be said for doing it in our way.
Yeah.
Like, do it our way because then we can perpetrate the culture how we want it.
Yeah.
Not like all gun violence and death and all that shit, but
That's it.
like prospering, having like a fucking full-on life where you're like, yeah, I can live this fucking lifestyle. I can pop off. I can make good music and do it in our way in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the message. That's the goal. And Australian music's going up. you know?
Yes, so
It is.
Yeah.
So, and I think people, you know, if they were to get into the limelight with that sort of fake stuff, fake accent stuff, I don't think it would be reciprocated well globally.
Yeah.
Like I've got an American feature on my album Widespread Wisdom coming out, and I was like, getting into that debate and getting in my head on it. And I like messaged him and I was like, hey man, like straight up, there's people here in Australia that like put on American accents in their music.
Is that weird?
How do you feel about that? And he was like, really? He's like, man, that just seems stupid. And I was like, yeah, it's a full thing. Like they're full trying to do that to sound like you guys. He was like, man, like it's Australian music. It shouldn't be, you know, done like that. He found it whack. You know,
on their side,
they feel disrespected.
On their side of the debate, though, on the people that are doing it, if they're just wanting their music to be noticed and not them as characters, well then, understandable.
Yeah,
you know, because then you're just doing it like, oh, okay, they just put out a song. But if you're like, then going like, yo, welcome to Australia, y'all.
Yeah,
it's like, we don't talk like that here, man.
Nah, man, not at all. That ain't it. I don't know. Good on them, but yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's just not my thing, eh? And a lot of people, like the Australian music scene as a whole, I don't think receives it well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it is what it is. You know,
see what happens.
There's going to be diversity always. Like, I just stuttered.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy?
Nah.
I won't even bring it up. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you had like good receivals on like the music that you've put out? Like, has it been received well?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people in my DMs and that, like messaging me all the time, like,
that's good stuff.
Hitting me up, like showing loads of love. I got a guy getting a tattoo of a Shoogz hand style today. Today. Hang on a second.
That's hectic.
He might have even got back to me with the photo. Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
He's getting it today, man. Like
that's crazy.
That's straight up.
That's
like,
awesome.
It's getting received well. I think once I can show more of my artistry side and get deep on some things and like show a few different styles off, it'll get received a lot better.
Yeah.
But like it's doing well at the moment, man. Like,
are you planning on touring?
I want to, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a show in Melbourne in the works at Laundry Bar.
Ooh.
And that's just in the works because I'm not sure how I want to, like who I want to bring over there and how I want to do it yet. And like,
have you thought about like renting an RV with a bunch of boys and just driving across?
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
And doing like Adelaide on the way through, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane.
I've thought about that. I don't think we're at the stage just yet to do that.
Yeah.
You got to wait till the iron's hot and then strike. But
yeah. Well,
it's definitely
if you're getting like Talakai, if you're getting like people like that are wanting to collaborate with you.
Yeah.
Perpetrating all throughout Australia, that'll get noticed.
Yeah, straight up.
And if you're like asking people to come down to shows, jump on stage with us, come on. And we've got a show, jump on stage. It's free stage time, and it's for artists that are big in the local culture.
Let's do that collab on stage sort of thing. Yeah, 100%.
You know, and then that gets their crowd down, and then you have fire fucking shows. They go tell their friends, and then on the way back through, on the drive through, you do those towns again.
Go back again, round 2. Yeah,
That's a good fucking idea.
Yeah, no, we got some shit. I got a lot of shit planned, but just got to wait for the right timing, and I think timing's crucial.
Yeah, for sure.
With this stuff as well, you know, it's a lot of timing is everything.
Yeah.
Watching the scene, seeing what's popping right now, trends. You know, drill is something that's really trending at the moment, but I think it's starting to fall off a bit. You know, boom bap culture's big. It's rising up. Like, you know, Wombat was a grime artist. Most of his album that he just dropped was over boom bap beats.
Yeah.
And that thing popped off.
It's a wild fucking album.
Yeah, trap stuff's growing heavily too. So like trap beats, trap style, that's popping off. So yeah, there's lots of different styles at the moment that are going.
It's all integration too, right? They're all kind of like integrating slowly. Like something pops off and then it kind of like settles down and it's like finds its way, nests in kind of, you know? Like it's like dope, a leaf falling off a tree and it's finding its path.
I love it. I love all the different genres of hip hop, eh? Like it's just, hip hop is fucking massive to me, in my life. Like,
where does that come from?
Just growing up listening to it, straight up. Yeah.
What was your favorite artist growing up?
This is a typical one, but Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, I think every kid in Australia, or most kids that listen to hip hop, grew up listening to Eminem. Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Eminem, Mobb Deep.
What age did you get into these guys?
Like 12, 10. I was like 10 in my room.
Oh, shit.
Not alone, or Not Afraid, Eminem, sped up 4 times. Like, listening to that and rapping that, like trying to catch that like 4 times sped up, like fucking, Dad, come check this out, mate. He's like, what are you doing? Like, this is fucking random as. I'm like, nah, this is killer. Like, I love this stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, like that sort of shit just got me going. UK stuff like Skepta, we got big into that. Stormzy,
Yeah.
all those boys when they made those waves.
Shut down.
Yeah, all that sort of shit. Fuck, man.
Fires.
Such good music, eh? Like,
Do you miss that time?
nah, I don't miss that time. I mean, you could say you miss that time, but I guess times grow and change and you got to try and just sort of be in the time you're in. Like, yeah, I do miss those sort of times, but...
Like that time in music?
Yeah.
Like when shit was
It was
just,
all new. There was all these new genres coming out.
You
People
weren't
were popping
flooded.
off. Yeah.
There was simultaneous fucking genres popping off and you were like, oh, that sounds fire. Oh, this sounds fire.
Yeah.
And it was so different. And then like so many people got into it.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just like all got fuzzy.
Whitewashed the whole thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
There's a lot of artists in Australia right now, eh? And there's more growing daily. But it's a good fucking thing, man. And I think that's like the most important thing. Like there's a lot of people that love hip hop here, but they've been scared to do it. And like you got guys like Spanian, like he talks about being in jail and like he was too scared to rap in jail because like people thought, oh, you're a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like
He just goes hard in the paint.
everyone's fucking loving it. And I think, yeah, it's a great thing.
He's a character.
He's
for
awesome,
sure,
man. Yeah,
He's
fuck yeah.
fucking awesome dude. Just kind of like his street knowledge and his like the way he thinks and how he thinks, because he doesn't come from like a pussy perspective.
Nah.
It's like fuck what you think,
Straight to the point.
straight to the point.
He took the whole country by storm as well. Eh?
100%.
I mean, he gets a lot of hate, but he gets so much love, man.
Yeah.
People that hate and just, you know, there's always going to be haters. I think haters are a good thing as well. Like if people aren't hating, you're not doing something right, you know?
I'm pretty sure his manager is the same manager as for Chillin' It.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty sure, yeah.
there you go.
Same manager. There's talent in the industry, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild. And now it's becoming mainstream. You know, like, Spanian was on The Project, wasn't he? Like, on Channel 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Like,
That's wild.
just fucking crazy shit.
Yeah. It's all getting, you know, getting taken on board, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
Well, we're
like-
finding our stars.
Yeah. I'm going over to Brisbane to perform in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah?
So it's my first interstate show.
Ooh,
I got-
Shoogz
yeah.
in the fucking building.
Let's go. I got hit up by a promoter and she was like, oh, I've mainly done like punk bands and like rock. But I've been noticing this hip hop thing is fucking taken off. So she's like, I'm trying to start getting into putting on hip hop shows. And she works with like festivals. She does festivals, shows. Like she's
like
touring.
events managing.
Yeah, like she's touring bands across America and Europe soon and stuff like that.
shit.
Like she's big. And she's like, I want to start getting into this hip hop because she's noticing the waves and the trends. So it's like, you know, the mass adoption is taking place, I guess, with hip hop. The promoters are looking at it and they're going, damn, this is the next thing. Let's get into it now. So yeah, we're going over to Brisbane. A few artists in Perth. It's like an East versus West thing. It's for a Valley Fiesta.
In Fortitude Valley?
Yeah.
Oh, gangster.
Yeah. So I'll be performing there at the Ruckus show. Get down to that if you're from Brisbane and you're listening.
What venue is that?
Mammoth Tusk or something like that.
Is that
It's right in the heart of Fortitude Valley.
like in the walking zone?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, right.
Straight up.
Down near the Rev.
I'm not too sure. I've never been to Brisbane.
You haven't been?
No.
Oh, damn, dude. I used to live there.
But yeah, I'm going over to Brisbane and then I'm spending like 4 or 5 days there. We're going on 4ZZZ station past the Orcs. Have you heard of that?
I think I have.
Yeah, it's like a hip hop show.
Is that here in Perth?
Nah, it's a radio show in Brisbane.
Okay.
It's like one of the biggest ones, I think, over there. And like, they do a hip hop show on that. So I'll be jumping up on that, doing a few ciphers there.
Gangster.
And then performing that weekend on that show.
Yeah.
And then on the Monday, I'm flying down to Sydney. I'm linking up with Liam Hantos. Shout out Liam, my brother. And we're filming 3 videos for that new EP coming out at the start of next year. So we're going to go down to Wollongong, film a clip down there, and then we're going to be filming some stuff in Sydney. So yeah, it's exciting times with all that.
Dude, that's cool.
Fuck yeah.
Good to see.
He's dope. Like he's got links with like quite a few people. He's trying to link me up with there. I won't like release anything just now, but hopefully getting some good link ups and some tracks done like while I'm in Sydney with a few artists. So
How did you make these connections?
He called me one day, like 8 months ago, out of nowhere. Just like, hey,
on
man.
Instagram or something?
Yeah, Instagram, bro. I love fucking Instagram, eh? I don't even do Facebook, eh?
No.
I don't put any of my time on Facebook. Like, my Facebook page is just nothing. I've got the bio is go to Instagram. It's a bit fucking stupid on me, maybe, because there's people make waves on Facebook straight up. But
yeah, I haven't had, like, with Roadshow,
yeah,
I haven't had, like, fuck all
Yeah.
traction. Like, I think because if you, like, highlight something somewhere else, like if you're highlighting your music on Spotify, you're like, hey, click this link, follow the link to my new song, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They literally reduce the percentage of people they share that to because
yeah,
it
'cause
links
they want
are
people staying on that
staying
platform.
on the platform.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah.
And like, it's not good for traction of, like, gaining an audience.
Not
But
at all.
if you're putting out content on there, it seems redundant because, like, if you're putting out content on Instagram, it goes up there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, eh?
Yeah, so you're like, I don't want to post
You
this
can
shit
link to
twice.
stuff. I don't link my shit, though, to
No?
Facebook. Nah.
You post separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even post on Facebook, man. Straight up, eh? I'm like
Fuck 'em.
purely Instagram. That's like my goal. And if Instagram drops off the map, then fuck, I'm fucked. But
Yeah.
like,
Fuck you,
you can
Zuck.
see I put in all my work on Instagram. Like, I just hit 5K followers, which is like
Congratulations.
it's a small milestone, but I think it's a big one too. Because you know,
dude.
they say like your first 10K is like your main thing. But the more you get, the more the ball keeps rolling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm building waves on Instagram slowly and surely.
What's the method with that?
Just putting things out there, getting reels are dope, man.
Yeah,
Like,
they
reels
work.
seem to just pop off. Like putting the hashtags in, like doing a little bit of promotion on that, like boosting them posts. Chuck like $20 on that thing, and you can target where it goes to. So like, I don't target any of my shit in Perth because I've got all artists and the collective and stuff that share my stuff in Perth. So I don't need to worry about that. So I target it for like Sydney, Melbourne, all that sort of shit. Adelaide,
So
Brisbane.
that gets seen over there.
So it goes over there, gets seen over there. Everyone's sharing my shit in Perth, and then it's getting that nationwide traction. Like I got people in Melbourne messaging me like, "Man, when are you fucking coming to Melbourne? Like,
Oi.
I want to see you."
That's
and I'm
gangster.
like, "All right, well, fucking up. We'll get that shit sorted." But you know, if there's 10 people hitting me up like that now, that's not enough.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like 30 cunts. Like, yo, bro, let's
Yeah.
go.
Like 100.
Yeah.
130.
Yeah, you want a lot more.
Yeah. Fill a showroom.
Fucking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's popping off, man. Like, I think this Widespread Wisdom album that's coming out next week is going to do like a lot for my career. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will. You know, the features on that. So the whole structure of that tape is I've got a feature from every state. So it's like Darwin, Brisbane, like all of them. Darwin, Brisbane, Canberra, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Hobart. Got a guy from New Zealand, UK, US.
God damn.
And then Mandurah, we're popping down. And Perth.
Switzerland.
Nah, but like the main hub.
Yeah, 100%.
So the whole goal of that was just promoting myself. Like, you know, how can I get myself out there best as possible? Get on a song with every motherfucker from every
major
state.
city.
And then that'll go to their fan bases, get shared in that city, you know what I mean?
It's a good point. It's a
Yeah.
good way to do it.
Yeah, straight up. And that's the plan. And hopefully it executes well, you know? So
Yeah. It's a fucking well thought out plan.
yeah. And I don't think there's an album in Australia that has every single state included.
It's a good point.
I don't think there is. I don't know. Fact check me on that shit. But I think I'm the first person to include every city and state territory in one project.
Well, if that is true, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'll do some research, and if it isn't, I'll just put the fucking it's over here,
Yeah.
the box there.
But no, I'm pretty sure that's a thing, eh? So
That's cool, bro.
if it is, and if it's not, it's still something that I don't think has been done for a while, you know? So, yeah. I think it's a pretty cool thing. Bring the whole country together, bring the scene together, pop it off. You know, we got the whole thing's boom bap, old school hip hop, like, which is my predominant style. But I've got a lot of other shit in the works too, over trap beats, fucking UK beats, grime coming out,
That's cool.
drill beats, shit like that, rapping on that sort of stuff. But I'm bringing artists like grime artists like JLP from Canberra. He's jumped on boom bap. I got Shadow on boom bap. He's done boom bap, but you know, he's doing all that trap stuff now, but he's on a boom bap track. We got like
He's singing now.
yeah. We got Gravy Baby on boom bap, Talakai on
yeah.
boom bap, Smack up in Brisbane, you know, like he doesn't really ever do boom bap. I don't know if he's even he would have some stuff out boom bap with like Syntax Junkies and No One and that, but boom bap track. Like it's just, bringing people together, bringing them in, putting them on that BPM, showcasing the whole lot. Should be fucking dope.
It seems like your roots go deep into the underground, like the scene.
Yeah. I've been following the scene for a long time, like before I was making music. Like I was big into it, like the Oz rap culture and all that sort of stuff when it was all kicking off, Hustle Hard TV. We grew up listening to that. So like I've been following it pretty heavily for a while,
That's prevalent. You can see it. And like, where do you think the underground's coming? Like, we're going, really? But wait, like...
Hopefully out of the underground, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What defines the underground is like people that aren't in the limelight. But bringing the underground to surface is something that I think should happen.
Yeah.
Because like, can you call yourself an underground artist if you're in the limelight? I mean, I don't know. Is it a genre or is it a position?
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like, how do you know?
Yeah, because it is also like a genre and like a style.
Is it underground if, like, I tell someone and they don't know who the person is?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to define that shit, eh?
Yeah. It's a good point, man. Where does the underground come from? I think, like, the term, like, when it first started was the underground was, like, the people that, like, not necessarily people don't know, but, like, just not in the mainstream.
Not in the mainstream.
Yeah, not on the radio.
If you want to get that underground sound onto the radio, do you have to try and go radio? No. I think that's what's coming up with underground.
Right.
A lot of the old
Sticking
shit.
to their guns.
Stick to your guns and try and get the underground stuff popping. The underground sound, I guess. Not underground. I don't know, It's a weird one. Like we're doing the shows and we call them underground shutdown or underground uproar, things like that. But like, when do you draw the line and you go, okay, we're not underground anymore?
You should like call it like limelight destruction or some shit.
Yeah, straight up.
Because it's funny how like most people think of like one artist pops off in a city.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people follow that style.
Yeah, and that city.
And then that city seems to have a culture, and if that person moves somewhere else, then the culture is like no longer there. Like, like maybe they still bring out a song. Like a lot of artists will like start in Perth, move over to Melbourne, move over to Sydney, and then take it out of their bio.
Yeah,
like I live in Perth or Perth born, and then just take that out. And it's like
straight up.
You're like, okay, you're still Australian, but like, are you repping the city?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's it. And like, I guess that's what you were saying with like the Perth thing not being like, there's not many labels in Perth. Well, there's none. You said, like none of their offices and stuff.
No offices. Yeah, that's
all Sydney. That would be a big part of it, I guess.
And it sucks as a manager because you could like, I'm a talker.
Yeah,
I talk.
Straight
That's
up.
like I like to talk. That's why I have a podcast, people.
Hey.
But being able to set up deals is very face-to-face based.
Yeah. You want to be looking at the person, talking to them.
Yeah, being able to buy them drinks, taking them out to dinners, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can't do that if they're not in your city.
Yeah, nah. You got to go and buy a flight or some shit.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
And then you've got to stay there because you're not just going to like meet someone straight up unless you're a really good salesperson. And that takes a lot of effort. But it takes time to get into someone's good books, have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just take a holiday. That takes moving over there. And then you're not repping the fucking city that you started in the first place.
That's it. I think someone that does that really well is Shadow, man. Like he's gotten into the limelight, done really fucking well for himself. And he's still Perth-based and he stays Perth-based. He 100%. Reps his city. Like that's all I love about that guy, man. Like he's always repping Perth. Whereas if he moved to Sydney, who knows what would have happened with his career and stuff like that. Might have been better, might have been worse. Who knows? But like, he's fucking one of the best, biggest in Perth.
Well, he toured
and he still reps Perth.
He toured with Hilltop Hoods.
Yeah, straight up.
Which is fucking
unbelievable.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy to be able to do that, and you're from Perth. And I used to see him at my friend Ben Coleman's place, and he would be over with Bass Cadet because Bass Cadet used to like DJ up like the house parties before like pre-festivals, like pre-drinks at festivals.
Yeah,
there'd be like 150 fucking people at like at Coleman's fucking house. It was wild, dude. And like Shadow used to be there, and he was Mr. Shadow at that time.
Yeah.
he was just fucking rapping to the fucking beats the cadet was putting on.
Fucking
I was
nice.
like, God damn, dude. Like,
Yeah, that guy's got some fucking heat, man.
yeah. And he's been doing it for fucking years.
Fucking nice.
Yeah. Shout out, Shadow.
Yeah, big ups, OD Clan. Big up, Monk. That's Monk, someone I've been linking up with recently.
Yeah.
Monk OD.
Monk OD.
We've been doing a few tracks. We got a couple in the works. Him and Residue made a fucking insane song, man. I got to show you after this. Like,
fuck yeah.
some proper like hip hop shit. I don't know. One of the best songs I've heard come out of Australia. Like no cap, man. I'm not even just fucking saying that. Like,
That's wild.
I believe that's one of the best songs. Lyrics just, you can feel something. It hits hard. Like just crazy shit, man. That guy's,
Talented
unbelievable.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's a few people like that in Perth, man, that just like have been going at it for years and just found it. And just working
and
with
it's like
it.
if they were in Sydney, they'd probably be fucking all up here.
Yeah, go on.
But we're in Perth, so it's like hard to get out and known. But I think social media is a big thing, man, as you were saying. Like we're all on the internet now. If we can push ourselves on social media, Instagram, I mean TikTok, seems to be popping off at the moment too. Get stuff out on there, get heard, get known. It's doable. It's definitely doable, It's there.
What do you think's the next step for the music industry to get to the next level?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like within Perth?
Within Perth.
Yeah.
Good content and promoted properly.
Right.
Promotion, I think. Getting it heard by the whole nation. Like it's all about getting heard. People don't get heard in Perth. There's a lot of artists that just don't get heard. And if they were getting heard, I think, a lot of people would be jumping on them bandwagons.
Do you think it would help having a promotional company that you could go to?
Yeah, probably.
That could do all of it for you?
Have the links, have the ties, get you on them pages, get you going. Yeah.
Well, there's a company called Mad Friends. It was created by Raj Shah, who is Roselle and Fran's manager.
Yeah.
And DJ Jason Brown.
Oh, yeah.
So they started it together. Jason, I messaged him a couple of days ago. He's in LA at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Like he's just setting, like, because his artist that he manages.
I've got to run to the toilet.
Yeah, go for a piss. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. That's cool.
Sweet.
Oh, dude.
Had to let that one out.
Woo. Fun.
Quick toilet break.
What were we talking about, like, just before?
Perth, basically. Perth, getting it out there.
Oh, yeah.
Getting it
Promotion.
known.
Yeah, so, Jason is over in LA right now. He's working with his client. I don't know if he's over there with Reggie, but he manages Reggie Fly. God damn that dude! Like he just hit him 2 million on one of his songs. Perth artist.
Hectic.
Crazy.
Like I've never even heard of him, bro.
Really?
Nah.
There you go, bro.
Got my head too deep buried in the underground, brother.
Emu it.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, well, there's like my old, like I used to manage a guy named Corey Holland.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he's still wanting to do music, but he fuck knows. I really hope I wish that he would, because he's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people in Perth do lose it when they're trying so hard for so many years.
Yeah.
And they don't get going, they don't get out there. And I think that is the promotional issue.
Yeah.
Whereas you got people like, I guess in Sydney, they blow up on their first song. And it's like, fuck, how do you do that? But I think it is the promotional tactics, really, at the end of the day. Well, and these labels and all these things.
Sydney has the labels and stuff. A lot of people like don't take into account the fact of you actually have to go out and set up shows. Sure, if you have a manager, work together with them. But if you're in that stage of like not having a manager, might as well just put yourself out there. You don't know who you're going to meet and all that kind of stuff.
Get it promoted, get it up there, put some money up, put some stuff into promotion, save your cash. You're not selling out if you're boosting a post on Instagram. No. It's, it's still organic. All that shit's organic. Running them ads and stuff. It is organic in a sense that it's getting put to real people. It's, none of that bot shit. It's proper.
I agree.
People are hearing it, and that's what you need. You need people to hear your shit. Like some of my biggest fans that hit me up would probably have come to me from like putting myself on Oz rap pages and doing them boost posts in them targeted cities and stuff like that, and they hear you and they're like, fuck man, this is crazy. This is dope. Like I just joined in, and I've got your shit in my playlist. I'm fucking listening to it. I love it. Like,
gangster.
Man, I've been like thinking about rapping. Like, could you help me with like some lyrics and stuff? And I'm like, man,
and you're growing the scene as well.
Fucking oath, I can. Like, give you any advice you need, sort of thing. So, I think that's the best part to interacting with people. You know, if they comment on your shit, comment back or DM them and go, yo, man, cheers for the comment. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
They go from someone that's just commenting on your video to someone that you're interacting with, you're talking to, and
building a relationship.
Building a relationship with them, which takes time and effort and stuff like that. But I think that's what you need to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking to people, liking their stories, fucking commenting on their shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, too much interaction kind of like kills it though.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of want to, like, you kind of don't want to give them like a full relationship, but you want to keep them as a fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Straight up, build them from, like, there's probably different categories of fans, you know?
Yeah.
You got the guys that have just sort of heard you, they like you, they move on. Then you got the guys that are like, you know, waiting
come
for
to your
shows.
shows.
That's the next one.
Oh, okay.
Listening to your music, streaming it. You know, then you got the guys that are coming to your shows, sharing your shit on their stories, believing in you, you know. And then you got the ones that are like fully believing in you. They believe you're going to blow up. They're dedicated to your music career. They see you in, you know, they're looking up to you, shit like that. They're the ones that you want to try and get as many of.
Yeah.
The guys that are going to come to your shows, share their shit on your story. Like, you know, for a lot of people to share something on their story, depends how you are on social media and stuff, but like, you know, they won't put something they think's trash on their story, or they're going to get judged by their friends or some shit like that. So if they're sharing on their stories and that for you, that's like, I think that goes a long way too, you know. It shows that they are invested in you and your career.
Good point. Very good point. You need that. You need to get to a point, and I'm not saying this for everybody because obviously people can blow up just over like the most simple things, like blowing up on a viral post, like something, whatever. But if you're going to be a long-term, lifetime artist, you need to get people on your side.
Fucking hell.
And how you do that is, in the beginning, is building relationships, and then those people trusting enough that you're going to continuously be there for them. Not like, oh, I'll go do something for you. Not what I mean. I mean, audibly, you're going to continue dropping music. You're going to, you know, like be in the scene.
Stay active,
and stay in their, like, in their fucking perceptions.
Yeah. Well, that's it. In their perception, in their view. Like, staying consistent, I think, is a massive thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, people will forget about you if you don't drop for like 3 months sort of thing. Unless they are those diehard tier 4 fans.
Yeah.
That are still running your stuff up. But to build that, I think you need to keep consistent. And that's what I try to do, stay as consistent as possible. Like, whether I've got a song that I'm sitting on, I'm like, you know, it's not the best song of mine. I'm not the proudest of it, but I haven't dropped anything for a minute. I'm going to run that up and just put that out just to keep that momentum flowing. I guess, like, I don't know, one of my songs I do a few anime videos, like edit anime and sort of stuff like that and edit it into the song. Like anime fight scenes and shit. And like, that's its own little niche, you know?
Yeah.
And I got that idea from a video I saw on X Temptation.
Yeah. Tentacion.
Moonrock, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like it's not by him, but someone made an anime video of that, and we used to always listen to that, run that up, and I was like, man, that's fucking sick. So like, done a few anime videos and shit. And then Wombat actually done one recently too on his new album.
Hey.
So like, it's a thing that people can do, and like, it's easy.
That's that Samurai song, right?
I can't remember what it was. It's one of the ones off his album I think he put out.
Chainsaw Man?
Nah.
Oh, his newer one?
Put out with an anime video edit.
Oh, right.
But yeah, they're sick, man. Like, and not everyone likes them and stuff, but there's people that do like them, and that's its own niche.
The niche, yeah.
Anime fans that are going to look at that and go, fuck, that is sick. Like, I've had people that love anime jumping on my music and going, man, that was fucking so cool. You've got the anime, this anime, that one on there. I don't even know what the fuck they are. I just YouTube fucking anime fight scene, put it in, and then like put it out. And then anime fans are like going, that's fucking cool, man. I really like this guy. But then like people that don't like anime don't give a fuck. But that doesn't matter because you're still connecting with those people that are into that.
Well, yeah, you still have a chance with the connecting with the shit that's not anime. It's still inside the song.
Yeah, straight up.
You know?
Song's the song. You can listen to it on Spotify or whatever. But then if you're looking at the visuals and it's the anime fight scene, and you know, I don't know, it's an easy one, man. Easy way to put a music video out.
That's
visualize.
Pretty smart, man.
Yeah,
just use visualizers.
Yeah, if you don't have the resources or the time, effort to go and do that music shoot or something, just put it up. Yeah, right. Straight up.
Do you use tags? Like, if you're putting it up on YouTube, do you use like anime tags?
What do you mean?
You know how like you can go into like upload ooh description tags, and do you like type in anime and stuff, or do you just keep the description tags as like Shoogz new song?
No, like I've put like do not own the rights to this.
Oh, okay, yeah,
anime footage. Or yeah.
Smart move. Yeah, that's like Hammer's new song, Kit Kat.
Yeah.
In brackets, it's "Don't Sue Me."
Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking
yeah, fucking so we were so high when we said that too.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get sued unless it's like popping like major.
Yeah, and you start like fucking eating Kit Kats in the video and shit.
Yeah,
They're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I think no, they'd probably be like, oh, like free promo, like it'd be fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sponsor me.
Kit Kats. Have a break.
Have a break.
Have a break. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Like that, we know what's going wrong with the music industry in Perth.
Yeah,
and like the lack of promotion and all that stuff. But it's cool in the way that we can actually perpetrate a different fucking setting.
Yeah,
we can actually go forth and like maybe look into people that are studying marketing and stuff and see if they want to like an internship into promotion.
Yeah,
and all that kind of stuff.
You're getting it out there.
Yeah, but you need those kind of leaders too, right? So
yeah,
you're kind of in like this balancing race of like, fuck, I wish we had like studios that we could like, you know, like Universal, fucking Sony and all that stuff. If we had that here, there'd be more positions to be filled.
100%.
Do you think it'll come over?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't know. I think Perth's like a pretty big city. I mean, it all runs off mining and stuff. Like all the big cities and all the big buildings in the city are all mining ones and shit like that. But I don't know. I guess it is like a little mining city, isn't it? Like not really known for music. And like Sydney's like the LA of Australia, you know. So I guess all the labels are probably going to go there. But hopefully, as the city grows and the music scene in the city grows, that they will come over and start signing some artists, you know.
Well, what I don't understand is, I've lived here my whole life.
Yep.
But I don't understand how people can come to Perth and then, well, not even come to Perth, right? People that like go to like Melbourne or Sydney and like do live shows over there, but don't come to Perth because they think it's not as lively.
A lot of tours get missed in Perth, but I think there's a reason for that, man.
Like, I went to I know this sounds ridiculous. I went to a Billie Eilish concert.
Yeah.
Right?
Whole different genre, though.
Dude,
she is fucking huge as well, you know. She could go to any city and probably pack that whole stadium out.
Every seat in the Perth arena was taken. Every single one.
RAC
arena.
Yeah. I used to work there, eh?
And like the whole bottom deck was full.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't fit another person in there.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's a scene. But for the music scene, the hip hop rap scene, I don't think it's as big in Perth. People in Perth love drum and bass, dubstep, EDM, you know, rock bands. There's like that stuff's a lot bigger than hip hop in Perth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite as adopted yet here. That's the main thing. Listeners in Perth aren't interested. Like I got mates from my circle that are like, man, your first song was your best song that ever came out. Like, and that's because it was on a drill beat, a higher tempo, higher bass, you know, get you fucking moving. Whereas like they listen to the stuff that I put out on Boom Bap. These are my mates from school and stuff. And they're like not as into it. They're like, oh, the rapping's dope and that's sick. But like, where's that higher tempo shit? Like that's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And you know, you get artists like Coda. He's fucking popping the fuck off. And he's doing that garage, like, you know, UK sort of like heavy shit, EDM based type shit, and people are fucking loving it here, and that is what they want to hear in Perth, you know. But it is changing. You know, you got guys like Complete, the Psych Ward, Reams, you know, they've been on that shit for ages, and they do really fucking well.
Even Cogs.
Yeah, Cogs.
He's killing it.
He's killing it, man. He's fucking killing it hard out, eh?
Yeah, I'll definitely have him on soon. We've talked already. He wants to come and do one. He's just been busy as fuck. Obviously.
Yeah.
He's just dropped his album and
he went on tour.
Went on tour. Yeah. Went around with 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Dude, he's dope.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Fucking there's bit of belief.
Yeah, Bit of Belief's been doing it for years, man. He does a lot of shit behind the scenes too, like working with people, like youth workshops and shit like that.
Yeah, right.
That's something I want to get into eventually, man. Like doing them workshops and that with youth and things like that. Mm-hmm. I got a mate Jake Dershall, young Dersh.
Yeah.
He's part of TUF LUK as well, and like he really wants to do that. Mm-hmm. And like we've spoken about it heaps, but it's something that I think is really meaningful as well, helping the youth. Showing them, you can go one way in life or you can go this way, channel it into music. Like music helps a lot of people, a lot of struggling people or people battling addictions or
100%.
getting stuck into the street life, all that sort of shit. Whereas if you can spend that weekend, making music or that afternoon,
That's a good point.
writing some songs, recording some songs, it takes you away from that street culture and all that fucked up shit. And that holds a lot of power as well. And that's where that underground scene comes in, A lot of that music is for those sort of people.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. Because do you have a point in your life where you were like, you could, like, looking back on it now that you're, 22?
Yeah.
Do you have a point where you were like, I needed guidance at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely. For sure.
What age?
Maybe like 17, 18.
Yeah.
Sort of lost cause, running around fucking drugs all the time and cooking it and shit. And music come into my life around that time too, though.
Yeah.
Which helped a lot. Like I bought my little laptop and I started making beats. So my first move into the game was beat making.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I got beats and shit that still get bought on BeatStars.
Oh, hectic.
Now, some guy, Australian guy, hit me up like, hey man, like your BeatStars isn't letting me buy shit because it's like gone inactive. You got to pay for a subscription so you can sell on that.
Yeah.
And I just got the old file and like PayPal'd it, and he PayPal'd me for it and shit.
Cool.
Like, yeah, they're not that good, man. Like, don't fucking get me wrong. I don't really rate them. That's why I stopped making beats because like I want to be a rapper, but I need better beats. Like I want to rap over the best beats, not the beats I'm making, which wasn't for me at that time. But that's how I got into it. And then I got into mixing and mastering slowly from there, making the beats, writing the thing. So it's all self-taught shit, like that's how I came into it. Doing it all myself.
Yeah.
Buying the laptop, buying a little bodgy setup and just fucking running around with it and just giving it a go, writing whatever songs, recording them and then going, fuck, okay, how am I going to get these vocals sounding like this? YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, that's literally how it goes.
Sitting there for hours watching these tutorials of these guys, like and subscribe, fucking, hitting them up. Why not? Fucking oath, brother. Just show me how to do this shit. I'll like your shit.
No worries.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But yeah.
That's how we all learn though, man.
100%. I think it's the best thing. Like self-taught artists and self-taught musicians and that are the best ones,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I feel. People that have taught themselves all that shit, and you get a better understanding for it all as well and what goes into it.
Well, you've put more of yourself into it at that time.
Yeah.
If you're taught something by somebody else, sure, it might be a faster process. It gives you the link faster.
You're learning their methods.
But you're learning their methods, and you're not learning the intricate details between the stuff. And that only comes with repetition.
Yeah.
So doing things again and again and again.
Straight up.
Because eventually you fuck up, right?
Yeah.
If you do one thing enough, you fuck up, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta learn how to fix that thing. And then that gives you a whole new world of perspective on like plugins and low EQing and shelving and mid-side and all that kind of shit.
All that shit.
And then like if you're going down into mastering and stuff, looking at all
it's a whole new ball game.
Oh, bro, I'm not a rapper, but writing's a ball game.
Yeah.
And then fucking being able to deliver that vocally is a ball game.
Yeah.
And then how to sound on a microphone is a ball game.
Man.
And then like actual recording and like layers and all that kind of stuff, that's a ball game. And each one of these things you could be very proficient at, but if you're lacking in another part of it and you're doing everything yourself, it catches up.
Product.
Yeah, it doesn't go.
That's
well.
why I cut out beat making. I might get back into it soon.
Yeah.
I've been talking about it with a few people. Like, I might make some beats, but fucking, you're doing it all yourself. Like, I'm writing my own music, recording my own music, mixing it all, mastering it all, promoting it all, doing all of that yourself, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
And then doing that for other artists too. And it just becomes like a massive workload. So imagine if I was making the beats too, I'd probably be fucking,
Yeah, out the door.
just finished, mate, at the therapist. Fucking,
Yeah. Well,
I can't handle this shit no more. But there's a lot that goes into it, eh?
Yeah, I don't rap, so I make beats instead of rapping, where that's like one avenue that I never thought. I didn't start this shit to become a beat maker.
Yeah.
We just needed beats, and I didn't know how to download them yet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to learn how to make them myself. Because if I had just skipped that part and went straight into mixing and mastering, I'd be tenfold ahead of where I am now.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have the understanding of everything.
Of the beats and stuff. I think it helps. Making beats helps a lot, especially with mixing, because you can mix them beats. You can get a beat off YouTube or something, buy that, or YouTube MP3 that, whatever you're doing. And then you can hear, oh shit, I need to cut this little frequency out here because that's not, shit like that, or cut a bit of mid on the beat so you can put your mid on your vocals up a bit.
I make so many weird noises, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah,
no, it's a good thing, man.
It is, man. Especially if you want to like also have. Was that your shitter?
No, that's me sliding on that chair.
It's leather, bro. It'll do that. Yeah, if you want to like work with a bunch of people, you kind of need to get to that level of like, actually, if you're putting together your own shit, like you need to get to the level of like, oh, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, straight up.
Because an artist normally, if they're been on their shit for a while, they know what it's supposed to sound like.
Dude, I've experienced that, Like having Monk from OD Clan come into the studio. That guy is so efficient and knows exactly what he's doing when he records. Like he records some of his whole verses just in one take.
Yeah.
And perfectly does it. Like and Residue, he's an artist from TUF LUK. He's been doing it for years as well. Steps into the studio, knows how he wants it to sound before he's even there. Jumps in, hits record, bang, one take, done, happy with it.
Heck, dude.
Whereas you get guys that have been doing it as well, not as long maybe, or they're more perfectionist about it, and then they're coming in and they're doing it, retaking, delete that, re-record that, and it just takes a lot longer. It's not as efficient. Whereas as you sound like those guys that are so experienced in that craft, they know how they want it to sound. They lay it out straight away, and you can just mix that shit, and it just becomes this fucking amazing project just like that.
Yeah,
it's fucking
those
awesome.
type of people don't have a lag between brain to mouth.
Nah, it just it's amazing. That shit that's the sort of stuff I look up to.
Yeah,
straight up. Yeah.
So how did you become a rapper? Was it influenced by the people that you were around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and influenced by the music I was listening to.
Okay.
So listening to it all got me into it. So when I first wanted to do it, none of my mates were rappers.
Oh, okay. You were the first.
Pretty much, yeah. So like me and my mate Joe, shout out Joe Buckle, brother. We were sort of like Lil Peep, man, is the guy that inspired me into it, which is a weird little one.
Yeah. I could see how the fucking Zannies became a part of it then.
Yeah. So yeah, I used to love Lil Peep heaps, man. Just run that shit up. And then
he made music to listen to on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And like the way that the beats, the producers behind his music are fucking amazing. Like they were getting samples from like, all them old punk bands and things like that, and then turning them into hip hop beats, and he was doing a whole new thing with his vocals with that, and like
he started out as a SoundCloud too, didn't he?
Yeah, and Garage Band and like all that sort of shit. But like the way they were doing all that inspired me a lot. And then when he died and like I found out he was dead and stuff, I was like, fuck, man, that is like, it hit me hard. And just the inspiration from that whole story and the way those beats were made, that got me into making beats and wanting to rap, which is so different to the stuff I make now. But that was my true inspiration to becoming an artist, which is kind of weird.
Lil Peep.
Yeah. It's a weird one. I got a poster of him in my studio, like, because he was the one that got me into it, which is really fucking weird. Because I started listening to his music after he had died. I didn't know he was dead at the time, and like I was running it up, loving it, and then I found out he'd OD'd and he'd passed, and I was like, whoa, like, holy shit, I've been listening to this guy for a minute. Like, didn't even fucking realise that. And like, yeah, and just the appreciation of the production behind it all. I was like, this is just fucking crazy. Because it was almost like a genre getting created with his music.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Definitely was. R.I.P. Lil Peep.
Yeah, rest in peace. And yeah, it resonated well. And then, yeah, got into it, man. We started like cooking up beats, downloading sample packs and doing all that and making raps and writing shit and getting up there and doing it, smoking heaps of bongs and just fucking running it up.
That's how we all started.
Yeah. And just got into it like that, man. And then fucking, like my mate Joe sort of lost the passion for it because I was like, I always wanted someone to do it with.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do it alone. I think that was a bit of a nerves thing in that. I was like, I don't want to do this alone. And then I met Residue. I met him. I was driving down my street on one of my old houses in Duncraig and like I knew him from Facebook videos and shit.
Yeah.
And like, it's hell funny. Like he was just walking down the street and I pulled up on him, like fucking pulled in front of him, hit the brakes, got out the car like all staunch and shit. And I was like, "Yo, Residue, motherfucking eyes, like fucking mad cunt." Like, what the fuck is going on here? And then because we were all involved in this and that and the fucking street scene back then and that as well. So like we were all a bit out there with all that shit, active and that. And then fucking pulled up on him and then I was like, "Bro, I've seen your raps. Like come up, fucking check my little setup." Like, I had the bodgy little recording setup and shit. Misfit come one of the times too. CJ.
Yeah.
So I was mates with his older brother and then like we were cooking up stuff. Like they had been doing it a bit longer than I had. And then they sort of gave me inspiration and I started mixing a lot of Residue's tracks. Mm-hmm. So a lot of his tracks on Spotify. I mean, SoundCloud, you'll see like mixed by Shoogz, but the mixes weren't as fucking good as you were saying. Like when you first started mixing, man, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
But you can hear the progression in the mixing if you go through them.
Yeah, right.
The Shoogz ones, and it just gets better and better and better. And then I was like, fuck yeah. Like I was always writing. And then, as I said before, Mike Midas, when I met him, like he was right into it. So I met him in a pub, man, at Cream Pub. Fucking, I was there one night just getting pissed, whatever, doing my thing with a few boys. They all left and I was like, no, I'm going to fucking stay down here, and just chill out. He was in the fucking corner of the pub, all bashed up, man. He had like a full bruised up face. Like he'd just been fucking smashed up. I was like, man, look at this guy, like over there sitting in the corner. I was like, I'm going to go have a yarn with him, and like see what the fuck's going on with him, Yeah. And then, went over and just started chatting with him. And then fucking, we just like got talking, got getting on, played a couple of games of pool. And he was like, man, I'm a rapper and stuff. And I was like, fuck, no way, bro. Like I make beats, like fucking spit a bit here and there, like. And then I ended up going back to his house that night. He had a little studio set up there. we were like making some shit there, rapping and stuff, and then like I started making tracks with him. And as I said, like that, after my first 2 releases, that's when I started making a lot of songs with him.
Yeah.
And then we built the studio at my house, and like it all just started elevating from there.
Nice.
And it's only been about 13, 14 months, and it's like elevated a lot since then.
Yeah.
We went from shitty little Focusrite mics to like a big Roadcade 2 and preamps and fucking full soundproof room pretty quickly.
Nice.
And the mixing just got a lot better, and now it's at a point where I'm pretty confident with it,
Yeah.
And here we are.
Killer, brother.
Widespread Wisdom out next week, featuring the whole country.
That's crazy.
Fucking some of the biggest artists on that shit. So
I definitely think you should fucking you should take Widespread Wisdom around Australia. 100%.
Yeah. That was the advice Shadow gave me as well, man. He said tour.
Yeah.
Do a fucking tour.
Get on the road.
He was like, do an EP with Residue, which we're doing. Yeah. That's coming soon.
Oi.
Yeah. So that'll be coming very soon. And he was saying tour that. So we're not sure how we're gonna make our moves, but we want to get out there. We want to go to Melbourne and Sydney. So I've got a venue in Melbourne, Laundry Bar, that I've been communicating with.
Yep.
I haven't communicated yet with anyone from Sydney, but my mate Liam that I'm doing them videos with, he gave me a few emails and shit for venues. So
gangster. Yeah.
It's weird in Sydney. They've got like all these lockout laws and stuff. Have you heard about all that?
Yeah, like 12 o'clock and...
I think it's like 10 o'clock and shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like they've got crazy like lockout laws and like venue times and like all that sort of stuff. But there's a few venues that I'm probably going to hit up over there and try and get over there.
Would it be worth even like setting up like a warehouse show?
Maybe. Like a free entry, just like come down.
Yeah. You don't even necessarily have to do a free entry. If you get like, you know, like the backup DJ, like the onstage DJ.
Yeah.
If you get a decent enough one of them that has a crowd, then that'll bring people.
Straight up.
Like, kind of just that everybody that's a part of it kind of just needs to be implemented somehow in the process. I think that's what the one thing about Perth is. We get so like constricted not to work with other people because we feel like there's not enough work to go around.
Yeah.
But it's not that way.
No,
we have an abundance of work. Like there's venues that don't get filled every weekend.
Nah, man, there's not, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we done our first shot at Sonar Room, the fucking line at the bar was like crazy, man. Like my missus was like, babe, like we had to fucking, I was lining up for a drink for ages, eh? Like, and I was like, that's fucking hectic. Like
That's good.
We shut that shit down. Yeah, at one point at the peak of the show, the whole fucking thing was filled up and I was looking around like, whoa, man, like I've just done this. I organised this fucking thing. This venue's packing. There's lines at the fucking bar. Like people are getting pissed, having a good fucking time.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, so we got one coming there soon, GT 140.
Yeah.
Grime show, completely different style of show.
Oh, that's the one you were saying earlier. Yeah.
But we're trying to bring that on, put that on there,
100%.
see how that goes.
Fuck yeah.
Because the grime culture kind of died, you know, but trying to see what happens if we bring that back, you know. And, you know, it's going to be an experience for me because I've never really done grime.
Was there an Australian grime scene?
Fuck yeah.
Was it massive?
That was the whole new wave, man. Yeah, like Shadow started on grime.
True. Yeah.
Nerve started on grime. Wombat started on grime. Like there was a massive scene for grime.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you can tell the difference between like when the American tracks that Wombat did. You can tell like how fucking like filthy and aggressive his verses are, and then it's like it cuts back to them, and you're like, oh, it's a completely different style.
Yeah,
and then he just stuck to his own guns for a while.
Straight up.
Yeah.
No, grime shit's dope. I got some shit coming out on that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be cool, man. Like hype shit, pump it up.
How many tracks have you got in the bank?
Oh, brother, fuck, heaps.
Yeah?
Yeah, stupid amount. So I'm sitting on a EP with Midas.
Yeah.
That I don't even know if that's ever going to come out, but it might.
You have to.
Yeah, sitting on an EP with Residue, sitting on an EP, 2 EPs of my own, three EPs of my own. The whole album that's coming out, heaps of singles. I got a single with Trebza, Clef the Rebel Chef, one of the sickest fucking graphers in Perth, man. Sickest cunt. Crazy track with him. Got a track with Reams in the works.
God damn.
Tracks with Smirk and Reaper. Fuck, bro, the list is endless. Got like 3 or 4 tracks with Type 1.
Shit.
Yeah, there's a lot. And that's where it gets a bit overwhelming because you're like, holy shit, man, I'm drowning in projects that I have to mix as well. And it's like, fuck. But, you know, we're getting there, man. And like, we're getting shit out. We've got a few tracks with Monk now in the works.
There you go.
Like, fuck, man. Who else?
Who else?
I love collaborating, bro. Hey, like I've got I've got like quite a few solo singles sitting around as well.
Yeah.
On different styles and experimenting that I think I'll bring out soon. But yeah, I love collaborating. Hey, like that's the biggest thing for me. I just love it. Like, I think that's the most important thing for me with music. I mean, it shows in the album I'm bringing out. There's not one solo track on that tape.
Fuck. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't think that's really ever been done before.
Such a perfect fucking name for like an album that's targeting every major city.
Yeah.
Widespread wisdom.
Yeah, man. Straight up.
That's genius.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
It's fucking genius, dude.
Nah, fucking oath.
Yeah, I think just like take Shadow's advice and take that fucking album Australia wide.
Yeah.
Even if you're just hitting the underground of the Australian scene.
Yeah, even just getting some smaller venues. That's what I was talking about. Getting a few smaller venues, packing them out, going in, getting in, hitting it hard. But, you know, funds is a big thing. Got to get them funds up.
Funds.
Get out there and just get into it. Yeah. Fucking oath, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the future, eh? Straight up. Like,
yeah.
We got some real cool shit, man. Like, stuff I'm doing with Reaper the Illest. It's fucking sick, eh? Like,
yeah, he's wild, dude.
Like, because you couldn't imagine me on his style, like listening to my music and stuff like that. But like, I can match any sort of style and sound.
Oh, heck.
Because I've listened, like, my listening bank is so versatile, where I listen to everything under the whole spectrum of hip hop. Like, I've got auto tune singing on the tracks and shit. like straight up.
Gangster.
Trap beats where I'm singing, you know,
Oh,
fucking
shit.
take my baby girl overseas and like shit like that, like
Oi.
just fucking singing and that.
Bit of romance as well. Fucking hell, brother.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, but it needs it, dude. Like, you know, like you want to try and hit everything.
Every fan base, every fucking culture, it's coming.
Especially when you're starting out, like you're pretty early in your career so far.
Yeah, man.
And it'll show you, like, with what pops off, it'll show you the path to go down.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll continue down this because it's what people are loving.
Yeah.
Or it's what you're loving, you know?
Thing is, I'm not really also trying to make stuff for people too, because, like, I am, but I'm not. But I'm making it for me. Like, I love all music, all aspects, all genres, shit like that. So that's like, I've got a song where I'm doing reggae shit.
What?
Straight up, bro. I'm like singing. Yeah, it's crazy. I'll show you the demo. I'm like full singing on a reggae beat. Fucking Bob Marley, bro. I love that guy. Like, I've got a poster of him in my studio. Like,
Yeah, hard.
I'm like singing on this reggae beat, doing some reggae shit, and I'm rapping over it. Like, it's just, yeah, like just a whole new sound. Like, yeah, I was thinking about doing a series like Versatile Wednesdays or some shit.
Your phone. It's vibrating like
Old
a
mate, it's my mate that moved over to Brisbane. He moved over to Brisbane, man, to try and get away from like the scene and shit in Perth that was like fucking him up. And now he's over there and he's like calling me daily and shit. Like, brother, I'm fucking lonely. I'm like, bros, I'm busy.
Yeah. The scene's too hectic over here, bro.
I'll call you back later.
Oh, yeah. No, well, I've lived in Brisbane and there is a fucking scene over there, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. It's not so much like the underground scene that's like massive in like the radius of like Fortitude Valley and all that stuff, but on the outskirts, like Ipswich and stuff.
Yeah, Goodnar, Lissy.
Yeah,
them boys are
fucking
popping.
huge.
Yeah, he's going waves on that.
Yeah,
I
Say True
love
God.
that guy's music. Yeah, Say True God.
Yeah.
Dope.
He's a good dude, bro. When he comes over, I was gonna have him over for a show, but I didn't actually get around to booking the show.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in September. We didn't do it.
Yeah. So you're looking at getting a few shows on the works, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna get some so I had a plan and
Roadshow shut down or like some shit like that. Like, is it going to be?
It'll be a Roadshow sponsored
presented by Roadshow, or
it'd be presented by True Fire.
True Fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, man.
This guy doesn't stop. Yeah.
He loves it, eh?
He really, I don't know. Yeah.
That's a good friend then. He's like, we need each other, bro.
Yeah. We video call him.
Oh, yeah. That's cool, bro. Yeah, all fucking, man, like when you enter a new place, it's always like that.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to Brisbane, eh? Nervous, but excited.
Yeah.
And keen.
You've never been before?
Never been.
Ever been to the East Coast?
Yeah, I've been to the Gold Coast.
Oh, it's dude. So, you know Pacific Motorway?
Nah.
The main highway that links between Brisbane and Gold Coast?
Okay, yeah.
That is like the longest Kwinana freeway ever. But instead of having the fucking beach on your left, you have it on your right.
Hell yeah.
It's weird. And Brisbane, after you've been there, like how long are you going over for?
About a week.
About a week?
Less than a week.
But
5 days.
But you're going to
Sydney as well.
In that 5-day period?
No. So I'm spending like 5 days
in Brisbane?
In Brisbane, 4 days in Sydney.
I reckon after the first 2 days, oh fuck, Pepsi Max makes me gassy, dude. On the third day, when you're walking around in Brisbane, you'll be like, this is just a larger Perth city.
Yeah, right.
It's just Perth City in 20 years.
Straight up.
That's what it is. Because it's the same feeling as here.
Cool.
It's when I moved over there, I was so like skeptical of like what the culture was gonna be. I was like, fuck, man.
Did you live there?
Yeah, I lived there for 6 months while I was in real estate.
Yeah, right.
And like setting up a new office in a fucking city is a daunting task, especially when you're going to see clients that you've booked while you've been in Perth, but like been on the phone to them over there, and then you move over, and then you've got to use Google Maps to get out there.
Yeah, shit.
And you're like, what the?
Not familiar with nothing.
No.
Don't know anyone.
You just follow the map. The map. Yeah, it's a wild place, dude. It's a wild place.
Fuck yeah. No, it's exciting times.
Yeah, it's exciting times for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking oath, man.
Well, best of luck with the widespread wisdom, dude.
Fucking oath.
What promotion are you doing on that?
Well, that's a good question, eh? I don't know. I've been really like tossing and turning about it and sort of just going as I'm going with it, like dropping the Talakai track was my first stage of promotion, promoting that again on Instagram. And then that's doing well, man. Like, it's doing really well on Spotify at the moment. And it's boosted my whole Spotify, which is sick.
Gangster.
And then I dropped a video with Brawlsy a couple of days ago. That was like stage 2. Put a music video out. Like, that was just like out of the blue, because I was like, fuck, I don't have any visuals for it. I was like hitting people up, like, can you get a video done like ASAP in your city, and then we can link it, you know? Like,
yeah.
So he went and walked around, you know, Darwin doing his thing, and then I just quickly called up Mike Midas, did a phone video, edited it up really quickly, and then just put it out, stage 2, and then it drops. I'm gonna be just promoting it, putting it up on Oz rap pages, and trying to fucking get as many people around it as I can.
Yeah, promoting
it on Instagram again to the selected cities, and then like a week after it drops, I'm gonna do another run of that exact same promotion.
Are you using DistroKid for distribution?
Yeah.
And are you pitching your songs?
No, I have no idea how the fuck to do that, eh?
You obviously got a Spotify for Artists page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's on DistroKid, you can pitch your song to... Wait, no, it's on Spotify.
You gotta show me after, bro, because I have no idea about how to do that.
I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks. I don't like to starve the audience of any tips and tricks, I'll tell you now.
Yeah, dope.
So on the internet, there's like recruitment agencies, like for just simple tasks and jobs, and like jobs that you can't do within a business for yourself.
Yeah.
One of these things is pitch writing, right?
Yep.
So if you go onto like Fiverr, you know Fiverr?
Yeah, I know Fiverr.
Yeah, if you go onto Fiverr and you type in write pitch for song for Spotify, and then give them the song, and then like, because they do this all the time, and it's only like $60.
They're like curator dudes.
They're curators, but they're also pitch writers. So they pitch your song to Spotify. So they all write you a pitch. You just fucking click and drag.
Oh, they write like the little blurb, the little message to the song
that gets the hook for the editor to actually go, I'll
listen to it.
Yeah, so they have some like credibility behind them.
Yep.
And then they'll also like, you know, there's a couple of like really good people. I fucking, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you their names. But if you just like if you go into the Fiverr search page and you search pitch presentation for Spotify, it'll come up with a list of people, whether it be like first class, first tier sellers, second tier sellers, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You always want to go for the highest tier, because that's going to be the most credible person. And then they might have on their page, and there are a few people that do this, they're like, I have a playlist that has 700,000 people that listen, or something, whatever the fuck it is. We'll add this to the playlist, plus I'll do a pitch and like let the people at like the people that they know from like the curators, they'll let them know about the song too, and then that can push it onto more playlists.
Yeah, wicked.
There's also so that's one avenue, right? Yep. One little lesson for you people.
Hey.
And there's another avenue that you can use, which is, it's called...
Look it up, bro, yeah.
So there's a group, I can't even remember the name of the fucking, the page on YouTube, but they created their own website, and the website basically, I think it's Playlist Hunter. Playlist
and
Hunter.
they're like other people that just making playlists.
OnlyFans.
Hey, what have you been looking up, brother?
No, not OnlyFans. I'll tell you that much.
That shit. Wouldn't catch me fucking paying for that sort of shit. I don't know what people are doing, man.
I saw a video once, and it was a big fat dude eating a jar of peanut butter, and he's like, I might not be the prettiest dude in the world, but at least I've never paid $5.95 to see a bitch's pussy on OnlyFans. It's so true.
Some stupid shit, eh? Respect them bitches though, man. They are hustling.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's basically the new prostitution.
Yeah, and you don't have to do any shit like that. You can just be yourself.
Well, there are girls that are selling like jars of piss for like, you know, thousands of dollars.
Wild, man. Good on them. Respect the hustle.
So it's called playlisthunter.com, right? And you go on there, you pay $10 a month, right? And you search your genre and keywords, right? And it shows you every single playlist for that genre, plus their email and their Instagram handle.
Yeah. So you can just bang, 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 bang.
So the pitch that you get written off of Fiverr, you can pitch to Spotify, but you can also individually pitch to all these curators.
Nice. And they've got their own.
And they've got their own, and like they're the people that are gonna drop in and like drop your song. And if it's like, and it tells you how many followers each fucking playlist has.
Sick.
So, dude, if you like pitch like 200, 300 playlists,
At least
you get 10,
Yeah.
and they've got like 70,000 each. You get like fucking 700,000.
you're laughing. Yeah.
So
That's how a lot of these guys are getting like crazy Spotify listeners, but not as many Instagram followers, shit like that. Like it doesn't relate, but
well, a lot of that comes down to video as well.
yeah.
I think, and I suspect, a lot of people don't know how to drop video on Spotify.
Yeah,
I do.
like the little canvas.
I do.
Yeah, I've done that shit.
No. Full music videos.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah, I know how to.
Yeah.
Well, there's a company called Anchor.fm, right? You just look them up.
Yeah.
And it's a podcasting distribution app that uploads to Spotify,
Yeah.
and you can upload video, but you can also use an artist handle that's already live and upload to your artist profile.
Yeah, sick. DistroKid just launched
Video?
Is that what
they?
that is? Yeah,
Well,
they just
that
launched.
must be for their podcast line.
No, I think that's for
Music videos
video
too?
launch. Yeah. There you go.
Well done, DistroKid.
So that is that.
Well, that's that, yeah.
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 I saw that. I was looking at that and I was like, oh, what's that?
They're trying, well, be as they may be trying to monopolize the music video industry.
I didn't realize you could put music videos on Spotify.
You can
That's
now.
how like Joe Rogan puts his podcasts on.
Yeah,
video and shit.
I've got video on Spotify for my podcast.
There you go.
Yeah. I was actually, before they actually launched it, I was like called by Spotify for acceptance
Excuse me.
to my video request. So I was like one of the first people in Australia to be able to upload
Fuck yeah.
to Spotify for video.
That is dope.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. 100%.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Spotify doing big things, eh?
Spotify have, it's interesting though to see where it's going.
Yeah.
You know, like you can predict where it might be going from where it's come from, but it's never a good indication. Like it's never like perfectly that's what's going to happen.
Do you think they're going to dominate streaming for the next 10, 15 years?
No.
No.
Nah. Because you can't live stream on Spotify. YouTube you can. No, YouTube's got it in the bag.
YouTube Music and just YouTube in general.
They've just got it, bro.
Google, yeah.
Yeah. You know, like it's very hard to compete with somebody that's already monopolized it.
Yeah.
Like that's why you have like people like Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Who has like 200 and something million followers.
Yeah. That's all off YouTube, yeah.
It's all YouTube, dude.
Straight up.
Yeah, and like YouTube, you can see there's an analytics page, and sure, you get this off distribution platforms as well for Spotify, but on YouTube, because you're uploading directly to YouTube, there's no secondary distribution company. You get your analytics and how much you get paid per views.
Exactly off, yeah.
Exactly off YouTube Studio. You can see it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, real time too.
Hey.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
YouTube's dope, man. I love YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm doing good on YouTube at the moment as well. Like that's probably my main platform that does the best, and there you go.
Yeah.
YouTube, eh?
One thing that I've found is like most interesting about rappers these days is like having like you guys have got real raps with media that you work with.
Yeah.
Having someone that can be at your live shows, I reckon, is going to be like your pinnacle next step.
Yeah. Filming them shows.
Filming the
that
shows,
crowd.
filming the BTS, like the behind the scenes.
Yep.
You know, filming like all the boys getting ready, like the smoke up before or whatever the fuck it is, the yarns and all that shit, and take out all the funny parts, put all that together, realify it, which is putting it into a real form, and then
Putting
chucking
that out.
Yeah, and then putting out like on like certain editing fucking workspaces. You can put up your song, line it up with the audio that's on the music like video, like I can't talk right now.
Put the actual track over what you're performing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have that sounding crisp.
Yeah.
And then saying with the visuals to match.
Yeah, and then having the like it cut in through like just a yarn, and then like it cut to you're on stage with the
time
crisp
it
ass
up.
song.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Real Raps, man, his progression from what he's done, like it's improving
Yeah.
at a dramatic rate, eh?
Yeah, when he first started, it was like it wasn't where he is now.
Nah, man.
No.
We got his season 2 is coming out very soon as well.
Yeah, are you on season 2?
That, yeah. Yeah. Yes. I'm doing something different for that as well. People ain't gonna be expecting. Nah, the track I'm putting on my Real Raps.
Is it like a cipher?
Nah.
Is it a full track?
Full track.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a one-take film.
Does he do the beat?
Nah. I'm getting the beat, but he does produce beats. But it's just a completely different style to what people are going to be expecting. They're going to be like, oh, Shoogz, one take. Yeah, fucking oath.
Yeah.
Probably some boom bap shit. Nah.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Aye, that's what I like to hear. There needs to be that fucking, not everyone just doing the same old shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's
so
it.
You're trying different stuff.
You know, do the unexpected. That's my shit. I like that shit. Like, I'm doing that whole album with boom bap. And then I'm going to be dropping some fucking, you know, Reaper the Illest and stuff. That's going to be my next single after the album.
There you go.
Just a completely different sound.
Just a right hand turn.
Yeah, fully. And then I'll be back on boom bap after that other EP drops. You know, then I'm going to boom bap one. Like, it's just, do whatever the fuck. And build the fan bases in them different genres and categories. And then you're known as this versatile artist. And that's the goal I'm trying to go for, you know?
Bring everyone in.
Yeah, I'll jump on any beat, anytime, any place. Let's fucking go.
Fuck
whatever you got
Shoogz.
for me, I can spit over it, I can sing over it, do me whatever, and I'll kill it.
Gangster.
That's the goal.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Trying to build myself up to that level.
Fuck yeah, bro. Should we wrap this shit up?
Yeah. Fucking up.
Dude, thank you so much for coming in.
Too easy, man.
How can people get in touch with you?
Instagram.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what's the handle?
At Shoogz.
At SHOOGZ.
SHOOG. At 2 underscores. SHOOGZ. 2 underscores.
I think, like it'll still come up even if you type Shoogz.
At Shoogz.
Yeah, cool.
Straight up. YouTube, Spotify, all that shit.
And you got Widespread Wisdom coming out.
Coming out November 14th. Something like that.
Is it a Friday?
Wednesday.
November
November
16th?
16th.
Yeah, 16th.
Yeah, dropping all platforms.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
dope.
yeah. Run it up.
And your next show?
November 18th.
Okay, cool. And
Grime show. And then after that, December 2nd. Well, no, after that, Brisbane. Some date in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And then December 2nd in Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gangster,
Fucking
dude.
no. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Roadshow. Have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Take me home, I wanna know if you're down, ready to go. Wanna fly away with you, float away, fly